Hello, this is Dave Hammer. Today we're going to take a look at how the Cricut utility air hammer was built. All videos and pamphlets produced by David Hammer are copyright protected. The Cricut videos are available on YouTube for free viewing at this time. I do not give permission for the content to be downloaded nor used for any commercial gain. Metalworking projects require the use of shop equipment. Please exercise caution when using machines. These videos are offered without accepting any liability for your experiences. Your safety is your sole responsibility. This video is the 10th of a series that provides information about how the original Cricut utility air hammer was built. This episode shows how to build the wood base. This is our completion target. First, decide what dimension blocks you're going to use, then determine the height and the number of blocks that you'll need. This is 4x6 rough cut red oak I purchased from a sawmill. I used a cross-cut jig made as shown to cut the blocks. Using this type of jig ensures consistent results when the blocks are cut. It's just like a 6-penny nail. The saw is guided along a piece of 1/4-inch plywood. When this jig is made, be sure everything is square. Tack and glue it together. Carefully align the blade with the kerf and gently guide it through. It'll follow. You have to do this on both sides. These blocks will be held together with binders as shown. Stand the blocks on end, number them, draw a set of lines around at the top and the bottom, a 1/2 inch apart, 2 inches from the top and bottom of the blocks. You're looking at a corner block, obviously. Set your circular saw to cut a 1/2 inch deep. Guide the saw blade along the inside of the lines. This looks hard, but it's not. Just be careful. Then use a chisel to take out the center wood. Use a 1/2 inch chisel. If that 1/2 inch chisel doesn't fit, the slot needs to be a little wider. This doesn't have to be precise, but there needs to be a slot. Next, we're going to fabricate the binders. I used 1/2 by 3/4 inch bar. Drill a 3/16 pilot hole 1 1/4 and 2 1/2 inches from the end. Then enlarge those holes with a 1/2-inch drill bit. This may not be obvious yet, but pretty soon it will be where we're going. Use a bandsaw or a portaband or a zip disc to cut just a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch from each side to the first hole. We're making this into a slot. Cut off about 3/8 of an inch beyond the second hole. Grind the sides of the end of a 1/2-inch threaded rod to fit that slot. Don't make it too sloppy. Weld that threaded rod into the slot. Grind the weld smooth and round the ends. Make 8 of these binders, a couple of inches longer than you expect to need. Then set your blocks up in a group again. You did number them, didn't you? Mark, then widen slots 3 to 4 inches on the appropriate corner blocks for the binder ends. Get that wood chisel out again and clean these as necessary. Those binder ends are going to stick out about 1 inch or so. Ensure the binders will fit in the slots. That's how that's going to work. You could use a router to cut these slots if you aren't comfortable using a table saw. Assemble the blocks and install the binders using double nuts. Cut excess off the threaded rod with a zip disc, then burnish the ends of the rod with a file or a flap disc to eliminate any sharp edges. Then I stained the base, put the hammer on, and put on the stabilizers, bolting them down into the base using leg bolts. Next, we're going to take a look at the treadle. This treadle is just 1-inch pipe bent to shape, and it kind of evolved into this particular configuration. The brackets that hold the treadle are just 1.5-inch bar, 1/4 inch thick, with plug welded 1/2-inch round. A chain is used to link the butterfly valve to the treadle. A second chain, with a small turnbuckle, links the lever that opens the air gate to the first chain. The air gate opens a little later than the butterfly valve. There's a spring bracket above that's made out of a piece of angle iron. This shows the action when the treadle is pushed down. You can see the butterfly valve being opened and then the air gate lever follows. The turnbuckle is used to adjust the timing to open the air gate. The reason the 2 valves need to be open at different times is fully explained in the Cricut Operations and Air Circuit Description document. This is the last video in the Cricut Build series. Please watch the Cricut Lessons Learned video. This is Dave Hammer. Thanks for watching.